Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the AI Med Insights series, recorded here in San Diego at the AI Med 25 conference. I'm excited to be hosting an amazing guest today with my co-host, Ed Gaudet. Ed, welcome.
Hey, Saul. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here with you.
Yeah.
We're going to introduce Junaid Kalia. He is the CEO and founder of SaveLife.AI. Junaid, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely thrilled meeting you guys, Saul and Ed, and it has been an amazing experience here at AI Med, and thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you bet. Tell us about Save Lives AI.
The company is basically named after, essentially, if you save a life, it is as if you save a life of all mankind. And the niche that we work in is basically creating AI radiology solutions that are deployed on edge. And the benefit of that is that it is low resource, and therefore it can be deployed exactly next to the computer that sits on the portable chest X-ray, portable mammography machines. And therefore, it takes away a lot of problems in data privacy, PHI management, etc. And more importantly, it can be deployed in low resource situations. For example, Pakistan, India, Ethiopia, Nigeria, all of that. Of course, we have a big US market too, but what I'm saying is that the idea behind the company was to make AI accessible, affordable, and therefore saving lives.
At the point of care.
At the point of care.
And that's
not
the
exactly at the point of imaging.
At the point of imaging.
How did you come up with the idea?
I come from a very humble beginning. Personally, I'm originally from Pakistan and India, Gujarat, etc. And when I came to US, I felt amazingly blessed, especially being in Texas as well, not to mention. But we wanted to get these solutions ready for the big other markets. And the reason was that you always get diagnosis when there is a management. So TPA, which is the clot-busting medication used for stroke, got off patent and therefore became extremely cheap, especially coming from China market. And what we realized that now we can actually deliver beautiful management that can decrease disability and death due to stroke. Reminder, every 1 second, 32,000 neurons die. So therefore, in a clot-busting medication, when you decrease the latency of care, you increase significantly a patient outcomes. And therefore, we tried to get other companies which are doing the same, great work as well. But what we wanted to make sure is that make a solution that work in a low resource situation. And then I didn't realize that it is a fantastic U.S. market, but the U.S. has a significant rural footprint that this is going to be a great market.
So what does that mean? It came off patent. I know what it means to come off patent, but do you think people will have it in their homes?
No. So medications are basically, there's two components. There's basically generic medications and then branded medications.
Right.
For 18 years or so, pharma companies are given exclusive rights on that particular molecule. Yeah. And they're the only ones who can develop it and push it. Once that patent gets off, then other people can use the same molecule.
I understand, but will it be an opportunity to create an EpiPen for stroke?
I wish, no. It still requires an IV access. This actually particular one requires an IV push and an infusion, but still the overall cost when you look at globally has decreased by 80%.
It's just more accessible now, right? And so if they find it, they could treat it with less questions, I guess.
Again, and the reminder is that people are getting access to CT scans globally much faster. I was at Arab Health last year, and even portable CT scanners are becoming so cheap and available. So that's another one benefit. And then the number two benefit that we are looking at is that I'm going to say it a little ironically, but mothers are not pushing enough radiology childs. And the reason is that imaging is going insane because of the cost of imaging devices is going down significantly. And then, unfortunately, just to give you a comparison, there are 500 radiologists in the city of Dallas. In the whole in the whole continent of Africa, there is less than 500 radiologists.
Wow.
Now, I'm not even talking about neurologists. So the idea is we need these technologies to make sure that we make this care accessible.
Yeah. No, that's great. What have you learned here the last couple of days that have helped you think about your opportunity, your business? Any takeaways for you from this event?
So AI Med, of course, is always three different silos that I feel like. Number one is a high networking event. What that means is that network doesn't mean by just dollar amount. It is the connections, like Oshner is here, Advent Health is here, and I have literally a spur of amazing opportunities that can grow from here, including. And then the second biggest side, the pillar, I would say, is understanding the problems and the pain points. So it's not just about networking, but also understanding what new verticals of business I can develop, because they are so open here, sharing their pain points, both in terms of clinical and non-clinical, which is also very important as an AI business solutions provider. And then the last one is, of course, meeting people like you. And if I knew more about this company, which is amazing, and I looked at it, Sensinet, I would have probably hired you guys more when I was doing my FDA approval and high trust and everything, and then more formally. So you also find really good partners means that it can take off the load of your startup. For example, an Outcome Rockets. But what does happen is that this vendor-to-vendor relationship turning into partnerships.
No, well said.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And your second pillar, any ideas that have come to you that you're willing to share on the show?
No, I'm not going to sign NDA first. I'm just messing.
Spoken like a true entrepreneur.
One of the main points that I realized that the buyer class, what that means is that hospital systems, even with the FDA approval and this government shutdown, and somebody said very appropriately, do you really think there's someone at the FDA now? So what?
There are people.
I'm just messing with you. What the concern was that is basically what you guys also bring at Sensinet is trust. And they are trying to figure out how do they create what we call a sandbox in which even any AI solution comes in, they plug and play it, confirm their findings on their own data to the chief medical officer rather than just published data or studies. Because again, published data science can change. So this is a significant pain point that I realized in this particular conference.
I love it. Any customers locally that you can share, or any customers in the U.S. that you can share?
We, of course, have a couple of imaging centers, and we have a hospital in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
On track to acquire 3 more, but the installations and integrations will be next year.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Is this your first company, or?
This is, I was VP of clinical strategy for another startup, which is, again, very important for future entrepreneurs to realize that you are doing another fellowship or residency, and that is very important to work at another startup. Also, get an MBA, but the point is, also get an MBA, but the point is, always work. And that was where my understanding of a startup is. And as a founder, you're basically an octopus, right? You're the chief medical officer, you are the chief operating officer, you are the chief financial officer, you are the chief innovation officer, and then you actually cut off these arms and then build literally your whole team. So to answer your question, yes, you need to learn from another startup.
I liked everything except the cutting of the arms off. I didn't.
That was the only painful part.
Yeah, it was like a little violent. No, good analogy.
Actually,
So, aren't you guys doing a panel? You guys are on a panel?
Yeah, we're on.
Tell us, for the listeners.
Which one are we on? The cybersecurity one?
Absolutely. So
Wednesday,
tomorrow morning, we're going to be on a panel together. I'm excited to learn from Ed here. Again, and being on a panel was more of a learning experience, believe it or not. And looking at Ed, he's going to run the show beautifully. So
I don't know about that.
I learn from Ed all the time.
Greg's running.
He's one of my business mentors.
Greg, no worries. You're okay, man. That's great. Yeah. Lightning round?
Yeah, that's it.
One question, maybe? 2 questions? What's the riskiest thing you've ever done, other than starting a company? Because that's always risky.
Marrying.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Because it is...
You select an individual for the rest of your life, right?
Yes. And I'm so glad for my beautiful wife that brought me 2 beautiful daughters.
Congrats. I'm a girl dad. 3 daughters. Yeah.
Beautiful. But yes, that one of the founders that always ask, why is there such a high risk of divorce or divorce rate? And she has really helped me understand. And we have on the same mind. So that is...
You need a partner to be an entrepreneur. There's no question.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. Because if you don't, there's no way you're going to have a family. Just not possible, right?
100%.
How old are your girls?
7 and 10.
Oh, great ages.
Yeah.
Those are such great ages.
Yeah, it is.
I love it.
We just became a grandparent this year.
Oh.
So my middle daughter had a child, and I had a son. So we got the boy.
Awesome.
Yeah, indirectly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. What other how are we doing?
Yeah, we're good. We can do another one.
Okay. All right.
So let's do if you were 20 years old, what would you tell yourself? I butchered that.
Yeah, you did. If you go back in time and see your 20-year-old self, what would you tell them?
3 things. Number 1, their patience is very important. It is not just for the patient. It is also for the doctor and the founder.
Yeah.
That's number 1. Number 2 is more humility and humbleness. When I became the director of Neuro ICU, I thought I would be killing it on the frickin' startup, which I realized I am nobody. It's a completely different learning process. It's a completely different processes. And then lastly, number 3, be generous to your advisors, consultants, and everything, because they may not bring direct value in terms of ROIs, but they bring what we call soft ROI and value on investment as compared to just ROI. So those are the 3 things that I would teach.
Would your 20-year-old self know what ROI is? Though?
Exactly.
Probably not. But that's good that you're telling them.
I think so, because that is something financial education clinicians lack in general. And then startup education is, of course, very...
Oh, it's just, Yeah, it's like being in a cage match, right? For ideas.
Yeah, I love the advice. I think if your 20-year-old self received that, imagine where you would be.
I think he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, but
He seems pretty good. He seems
great.
pretty cool. He's got patience. He's Zen-like. I mean,
he definitely is Zen.
He spoke his truth. Like, this guy's got it all. I love this guy.
Thank you so much.
You've been a great guest. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to being on a panel with you. I think I'm going to learn from you.
We'll learn every day.
I just learned already a lot. This has been terrific. What's the riskiest thing you've ever done? Did I already ask you that?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, marriage.
Marrying.
Oh, marriage. Yeah. Where's that TMA or whatever that shot is? I think I'm stroking out here.
Good news is that a neurologist is here. We'll do a dementia
I like
workup.
the EpiPen for stroke, though. That's
One
a
day.
good idea.
One day.
Right? What's the worst thing that can happen if you gave yourself a shot of that stuff?
Correct. Unfortunately, you need to figure out the stroke 12% of the time is because of a bleeding in the brain.
Yeah.
So aneurysm rupture, high blood pressure rupture, and 88% of the time is due to blockage. The symptoms are similar. You still get the facial droop, the paralysis.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Everything.
So if you give yourself a shot with one or the other, it's not good.
So
Not a good
you
outcome.
need that first thing, remove the CAT scan. And then interestingly, what we have realized that giving the clot busting medication is much safer even as compared to the clinical trials that were done.
So maybe someday.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
With the advancements that we're seeing here at AI Med, it's possible.
My dad would still be alive if they had that because he died of a stroke. Yeah. Brutal.
My grandma died of a stroke.
Really?
Stroke,
It's a brutal way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you live through it, I mean,
It's insane.
yeah, my grandfather had a stroke and he was in a wheelchair after that. It wasn't good. But take care of yourselves, folks, right?
Yeah.
And not to bring you down.
It's
Yeah, but that's what Junaid is working on,
Yeah.
right? Like you're working to give us
Real-
options for
Right,
real
right.
problem.
Things that make a difference, that save lives. .ai.
save life, right?
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Junaid, thanks for being with
Yeah,
us.
thanks for being-
Leave all the contact information on ways
Yeah.
to get in touch
Yeah.
with you.
We're going to do a follow-up Sense That Risk Never Sleeps podcast with you at a
Love
future
that.
date. Yeah, I'd love to have you on.
Absolutely.
We'll geek out. We'll spend a little more time together.
Awesome.
Yeah, really
Again,
a pleasure.
Very grateful for Saul and Ed to have me here. And thank you so much.
Thanks,
Likewise.
Junaid.
Good luck. Thank you, sir.